everyone, my name is Keely and I'm the owner and creator here at Soy and Shea, and thank you for joining me for another behind the scenes video. I have debated about whether to actually bring this video out or not because the embeds are a little bit questionable, but I decided I would anyway so that the actual video, the main video, made sense. Today I'm going to take you along as I make some rather questionable looking beehives and some little flowers to go with it as well. Let's go! Alright, so we're going to first of all make just a little bit of soap so we can do our piping. So I have about 200 grams of oil and then my appropriate amount of lye solution, which I have just poured into my oils. I'm going to give this a quick blitz and then we're going to split it up for a little bit of colour. Alright, so that is all mixed together. I've just split them off. I've got just a little bit in here which I am going to put some mocha brown mica into, so just a touch in there. And then into my other container here I'm going to put some Wellington mica, and it looks like I'm going to have to order some more because that one is almost out. I'm going to get my colours mixed in here and then I'm going to leave this set up until it comes to a good piping consistency before putting into my piping bags. Alright, so our soap has been setting up and I've popped it into these piping bags here, and I've just got some simple round tips on the end. My yellow tip is a little bit bigger than my brown tip. What I now also have is a piece of paper which I have done a whole load of circles on. These circles are 2 centimeters, and that's because my bars are cut to 2.5, so I don't want my little beehives to be any wider than a bar of soap. And I'm just going to put a piece of greaseproof paper over the top of this one, and then I am going to try and pipe these little beehives. So I'm going to start with my brown first, and I'm going to start by actually tracing the outline of where I want my beehive to go, trying to keep within that line, and I'm going to actually fill in the center and just bring it up a little bit just to give the yellow something to build on. Now I'm going to grab my yellow, and hopefully I won't be so shaky with my yellow as I was with the brown. And I'm just going to start going round in circles, building up that little hive. So just going around and coming in each time I do a lap, just to try and get that classic beehive shape. And we'll go like that. So I'm going to do up a whole load of these. I'm probably just going to do all the brown first and then fill it in with all of that yellow, and hopefully we won't make a mess. We might just do one row at a time. That might be the best way. So I'm just giving it some nice even pressure as I go around. I am actually going quite slowly just to make sure I've got a nice layer. So we'll do the next one. Alright, so I have all of my little, hopefully what look like beehives, which I'm going to leave to one side to firm up before I put them onto my soap. I do have enough yellow there to do some little flowers as well to go on this soap. Alright, so I'm not too sure that these beehives are going to work, so I'm going to do some flowers to kind of really pretty them up as well. So what I've got is my little piping nail here. I've still got that brown in the round tip, so we'll use that one to do the centers of our flowers. I have got some parchment paper and sticker paper in that little tub there, and what we're going to do is pipe ourselves a little brown center. These are going to be almost like miniature sunflowers. What I did with my yellow is I've transferred into another bag with a Wilton 81 tip, which is like a little smile. Let me get some of that excess off there. It's like a little C-shaped smile. So what I've got, let me get that soap away. I've got it at the it is smiling up at you, would be the best way of saying it. And I'm going to hold my bag at a 90-degree angle so that the curve goes around the centerpiece, and I'm just going to very gently squeeze, and as I squeeze I'm going to lift my bag up and pull up, and it's going to create these tiny little ruffled petals, and I'm going to try and get 5 on each of these little centers here, kind of like a mini sunflower or little daisy. And that is the little flower I'm going to do. So I'm only going to keep them at little so that if these little beehives do by chance look like beehives when I come back and look at them later, then I have got flowers that kind of work in the same sort of size. Be a bit silly having huge flowers against those tiny little beehives. So I'm going to pipe myself a few of these. Again, I've got that sort of C smiley shape pointing down and holding my bag at a 90-degree angle, and just squeezing and pulling up to create that petal shape there, and just doing 5 of them on there. That one's a little bit more closed than what the other one is, but that's all good. We have lots of different shapes here. I trimmed off the ends of my piping bags as well because I've only got a small amount of piping in here. It just makes them a lot more easier to handle when you don't have all of that extra bag floating around at the back of your hand. So again, just squeezing and pulling up to create those little petals. Alright, so I am going to keep going with piping these little flowers. The aim is to have at least 3 of these to go on each of the bars, and they will hopefully make my little beehives look a whole lot better once they are onto the soap. So I hope you've enjoyed watching how I've made the embeds for the next soap. If you did, why not leave me a thumbs up and any comments down below. And until the next video comes out, I hope you have a great one, and I will see you then. Bye.